Hello future tech leaders, I am Sindhuja. Based on my own experience, I know that learning the right skills can shape our future. What if I say learning was as thrilled as the tech world itself? There we go. A cloud foundation, that's exactly what you will experience. From day one, you will be immersed in the interactive sessions and expert-led courses that covers most of the widely used technologies in the zone of data science to cloud computing, which brings more light to the life of a techie. I'm so excited to help you and unlock the true potential of a technology. Well, then why to wait? Let's see what it unfolds.
Enhancements? What are these? Enhancements is also a place where we write course show. Let's see. In the client reflection side, if you are calculating something right, why we are storing it in the database? The total amount. We can calculate it every time, right? If we want to calculate it every time, whenever we refresh the screen, we don't want to store it in the database. In that case, we have to generate a virtual property. We don't have to create a physical property like in entities. What we do? On an entity, we will create a virtual property, and virtual properties are created in enhancement. Let's suppose you want to create a virtual property in AB contact entity, right? You will write an enhancement on AB contact. Let me check whether there is already an enhancement present on it. The suffix for this is sex. Enhancement will be with TextX notation. These are the enhancements. Suppose you want to create a virtual property of AB person entity. We put it already there. Let's suppose you want to create a virtual property of bank account entity, right? You will write click create GWCC enhancement. Name bank account enhancement. Enhancement type. You need to search for the entity here. Bank account. Your enhancement is created. Suppose you want to create a virtual property. How you will create? You will create property get property name. Like what name? As a cool. What should be the? It should be in the string format, right? String. This property is created like we create setters and getters, right? Ja. Similarly, this property gets created. Bank account, if you will give this right, this will contain the bank account object. This start, we want my IFSC code to be the first 4 digit of my bank account number. I'll put account number dot substring. I'm just trimming it down. Trimming the 4 digits of the string here. Suppose my bank account is R28245567910, then my IFSC code would be 1234. right? Now my property is created. I can refer this property in my PC file. Similarly, if there is a custom calculation required, you can return this calculation here. Similarly as you do it for the normal property. I'll show you from here from GWCC Crashpad. Let me bank account entity. I'll query a bank account entity. I'll query the first result. I'm taking the first result of the bank account entity. If I want to print whatever is coming from the query for the first result of the bank account, I just want to print the IFSC code, right? That is a virtual property. I'll do dot notation IFSC code. You can see here I got this property. This similar way, you can refer it to the PCF file as well. Got. You can create a virtual property here. You can also create a method also here. Suppose you want to create a function just for the calculation purpose. Suppose it's a complex calculation, right? Here is some complex calculation here. You can write your private methods also here. That these methods can be called from this property. Like private function. Some calculation. This means leave it. Leave this for now. Calculation. Integer value. Return type is some integer value, right? I'm just returning 4 into 3. Like this. And you can call this calculation method here. Like this is the substring, right? This is a string, right? What you can do is you can also you can see here I have given in the upper limit of substring. I have given this. I am calling this calculation method. My IFC code would be from 0th position to the 12th position, right? In this case. But it is. I have just shown you for the just an example, but we can have complex. We can write our complex logic based on our dynamic properties, not the strict one. That's a small concept of enhancement. We can utilize this while creating our logics. These are all created under the. You can create your own because as you can see here, it is a training app, right? There is no such repository, specified dedicated repository as we have for entities type list PCF file. All 4 rule sets, all those have specified repository, right? We don't have any such specified repository where we have to write it. It depends on project to project. You can create any package and you can define the enhancements there. But these concepts, event messaging is for this. Messaging is for integration. We'll talk about it later. Rules like rule sets, entities, extensions will need to be written here. Generally, this is used to create the alias names of the entity. When we want to create an alias name of an entity, right? Just for our coding purposes, we can utilize this. We can use this. We can and if you want to have alias names on fields as well, right? We can configure this one. Like suppose you can see they have created an alias name of these two names and name kanji. This is the actual part of that. And this is the alias path. Whenever we will be calling an avcontact.name right. It will be redirecting you to this particular field. It is just for creating the alias names. And generally these entity names are not at all used. It's just a concept is provided by, but we don't use that. There is no need to create the aliases in the studio, right? If you want to create an entity field with the name, we can directly create with that field. These are the things. Also, I think I need to tell you about join right. Let me try to join the AV contact entity. Joining AV contact. Let me check what is the foreign key constraint in the AV contact. AV contact is a foreign key to assigned user. Assigned user is the user entity. Entity name is user entity. ETX. This is the foreign key. What I need to do is, I just need to. I have picked up this one. I will join. The studio was stuck. Entity name which I need to join. I need to for reverse, I need to establish reverse relationship. User entity contact. Let's see what is this. Com. Display name. We have this field listed here. Let me check the relationship of this. User is not a foreign. We have here unidirectional foreign key right him. I don't have a foreign relation. Reverse foreign key relationship here with the AV contact. Let me check which properties used to join this table to another table by pointing this table from an F key. The F key will be joined with the ID of the corresponding table. The F key to join to the disk for building the query. Use is to join this table to another table. I need. Actually, there is no reverse foreign key relationship now. That's why we are not able to do it from here. Just take some time. Now it is done. I'm trying to join the user entity and the AV contact entity. I'll explain you after joining. I'll explain you how I did it. You can see here, let me. You can see here what I'm doing. Here I'm creating a query, object of user entity. I'm creating a query object of the user entity here. I'm just directly querying the user entity. And in the user entity, I have this field display name. Based on that, I'm filtering out only those particular rows which are named as Chandra. And it will return me the object of the user entity. But I want to have a corresponding related objects of the AV contact entity because I have a foreign key relationship, right? Then I will write this like a dot join. Then I will refer the foreign key entity. And the name of the name of the column is which I've defined the foreign key. You can see here assign user is a foreign key, right? And the AB contact entity assigned user is a foreign key to AB contact entity. Similarly, we have the column name. And the join has happened. Now you can see after the join, I can create this constraint compare constant on AB contact entity as well. Right? I can make this constraint on both the entities AB, contact and the user entity, and it will give me I and when suppose I'll be creating the result. Object write, query object dot result. I can query any field which is there present in the AB contact or in the user entity because these are already joined. What is the corresponding SQL query for this? Select from user. Where when I'm doing inner join write, user.id equal to, I'm writing a foreign key relationship. I have to write the join right. Join, and after that I can add these two constraints as well. Right. This is my corresponding SQL. Similarly, we can write any number of queries, or there are multiple methods, right? In the query object, there are multiple methods after join also. There can be inner join, outer join also, right? Those methods are also present. You can, once you start working on this application, right? You can explore all these options like this join question. I didn't know. I haven't used join before in the GoSoup queries because 9% of the requirements doesn't need this joining while creating the business targets generally in GoSoup. But as you asked me, right, I did some research. I found out this is how we can join the query. And finally, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.